Hello, my champions. It's glad to see you on this Monday, May the 2nd, 2022. Our target today is we're going to learn about inferences so that we can think about and understand a story even more. I'll know I've got it if I can use prior knowledge and evidence from the text to figure out something the author does not tell me. And what is an inference? An inference is when you use your background knowledge. Some people call it your schema, what you already know from life. Something you know and you add it to what is in the text, your text clues, and that equals an inference. Now, in a courtroom, you have to have evidence to prove your case to the jury. Here's the jury. You have to have evidence to prove your case. You have to show them for a fact that what you're saying is the truth. When you're making an inference, you also need to find evidence from the text to prove your answer. Who might this lady be? We're going to look at some pictures for a few minutes. Okay, yeah, she's an adult. I can see that. What other clues do we have? Oh, her hair. Look at her hair. It's sort of grayish. So I don't think she's the girl's sister, and I don't think she's the girl's mom. Who do you think she might be? What do you think is in the oven? What can you infer might be in the oven? Is the girl helping or just watching? If you think she's helping, how do you know? Ah, yes, she has an apron on too, doesn't she? Why is the lady holding the tea towel? What do you think? What can you infer? Hmm. Oh my, where might this cat be going? What do you think? You infer. Where do you think the cat's going? How do you know that? How do you think the cat is feeling? Look at the cat. How do you think he's feeling? What is your evidence? How can you prove that? Do you think they're traveling close or far? What do you think? Why is the cat in the cage? What can you infer? Why would you put a cat in a cage? Hmm. Well, that was sort of fun with pictures. Now we're going to look at some paragraphs and we're going to make some inferences. Here's the first one. It must have been a slow leak because none of us heard a loud pop or any unusual noises. We were just driving down the street when the car started to feel like it was wobbling back and forth. My mom pulled over on the side of the road and got out to check. Oh no, now we were going to be late for the doctor's appointment, she moaned. This is such a pain in the neck, I mumbled under my breath as I hopped out of the car to get the jack and spare out of the trunk. So what do you already know about life? What can you use that you already know to make an inference? Why is the car wobbling? What do you think? Let's see. It was a slow leak. The car started wobbling. What do you think happened? You think, I don't know. Yes. What is the main character getting ready to do? How do you know that? Some of you might think he's getting ready to change the tire. Here's our evidence as I hopped out of the car to get the jack and the spare out of the trunk. So, what do you think happened? Must have been a slow leak. Was it a balloon that lost all of its air? I think you're right. It was a tire. We know that because the car started wobbling back and forth. That's one of our clues. How does the main character feel about the happening? How do you think the main character feels? How do you know that? Ah, the main character says, "This is such a pain in the neck," I muttered under my breath. How does he feel about having to change that tire? Mm-hmm. What's another clue that could have been included in the scenario to help the reader understand what is happening? Hmm. Hmm. So what other clue could we have put in here? Maybe the tires started going thump, thump, thump. Maybe. Okay, let's look at another one. Emma's chance to prove that she could hit the ball just as hard as her twin brother was here. She made eye contact with the pitcher and got into position. The pitch came. "Strike one!" yelled the umpire. With sweaty palms, she clutched the bat even harder. "I can do this! I can do this! I can do this!" she whispered. As the second pitch came hurling toward her, she swung as hard as she could. Bam! There it went, sailing down to first base line and far, far into the field. So now we're going to think about what we already know about life. We're going to use our prior knowledge, our schema, to answer some questions. What game is Emma playing? How do you know she's playing that baseball? Oh, you got evidence that she made eye contact with the pitcher and she could hit the ball. You don't hit a ball in football. And she made eye contact with the pitcher. That's a good job using your schema. What happened? Yes, she did have strike one, but then what happened? Bam! It went sailing down the first base line. What did she do to get it sailing? How do you think Emma feels at the beginning of the scenario? So Emma's chance to prove that she could hit the ball just as hard as her twin brother was here. How does she feel? How can you tell? Because of the words, how she acts. Okay. What character traits does Emma exhibit? I think she's competitive. We know that because she wants to hit it as hard as her twin brother. What is one more detail we could have included in the scenario to help the reader understand what is happening? What do you think? We could have said she ran for first base. True. Good job. Jake's heart was beating so fast, he felt like it might come right out of his chest. He ascended one step at a time, getting further and further from the ground below him. "You can do it!" his mom yelled. He glanced over at the lifeguard as he approached the edge of the highest possible platform. She nodded as if to say, It's all clear. Go ahead. He counted to 3 in his head, closed his eyes, and stepped on the platform. He knew he could do it. Let's use what we know about life, our background knowledge. Where is Jake? Can you use your background knowledge? He's climbing up on a platform. Ooh, there's a lifeguard there. Where is he? Yes, at a swimming pool. What is Jake trying to accomplish? Oh, you must have seen someone do this before, or you did it yourself. Yes, he's trying to dive off of the highest platform. How do you think Jake feels after he steps off the platform? He could feel excited. He could feel scared. I think another detail we could add is splash. Then Jake came out of the water smiling. Here's another story. The whole family got settled on the porch and gazed at the horizon. Brilliant reds, oranges, and pinks filled the sky. This was surely our favorite part of the day. It's slipping away, said Jenny. The colors shifted as the sky darkened. The lights from the city became more and more bright. Just then, the last sliver of light sunk into the horizon. It was time for bed. So now we're going to use what we know. We're going to use our background knowledge, our schema, and answer some questions. What time of the day is in this scenario? Let's look for some evidence. The sky is red and orange and pink. And then it was time for bed. So is it morning when the sun's coming up or evening when the sun's going down? Correct. Jenny said, it's slipping away. What is she referring to when she says it's slipping away while she looks in the sky? What is she talking about? It could be either the sun is slipping away or the day is slipping away. Either one. How do you know? Because the sky got dark? The last sliver of light sunk into the horizon? Great job. Here's another one. We weren't even there yet, and I could already feel the buttery popcorn melting in my mouth. I hope we get there in time for some good seats, my mother called from the front. I didn't even care about the seats. I just wanted to eat as much popcorn as possible. We arrived just in time for the previews, and I was in hog heaven, munching on popcorn for the next 2 hours. I wonder where the family went. You say the movies. What's your evidence? How do you know that? Buttery popcorn, looking for seats. He munched on popcorn for 2 hours. I think you're right. What seats are they referring to? The ones, not the ones in your living room, the ones in a theater. And have you ever been in a theater and you got bad seats where you couldn't see very well? Yeah, Mom was hoping they get good seats. Do you think this is the first time the family has actually has done this activity? You don't. How do you know it's not the first time? Oh, he already knew that the popcorn was delicious, so he must have tasted it before. Excellent job. You did a really good job today. You made inferences and you proved them with the text, and you um, used context clues. You did a great job. Mrs. Lansford will be gone to star testing until May the 20th. Ah, I miss being in my class with my champions. I don't want to do this. Fourth grade star is May the 10th and 11th. It's math on the 10th and reading on the 11th. There is a game on the Padlet that you can play about inferences. I think you'll really like it. I miss you guys. Oh, I wish I could be there with you. I love you. Bye-bye.